He's the head coach of the Houston Cougars. He's Tom Herman. We did the research here. We like the background story here. Now, he's done a great job there at Houston. He's 18-1 in his 19 games there, but he has held various positions in the sports broadcasting industry, and Tom joins us. Now, let's start there, Tom. First of all, good morning. Thanks for joining us. Give us an idea of the best job you had in sports and the worst job in broadcasting you had.
I appreciate you having me, Dan. I would say that the funnest job I had was at Cal Lutheran when I was a student. I was allowed to be the PA announcer. So I was actually the PA announcer for men's and women's basketball, for women's volleyball, and for baseball. And so I had a blast doing that. They paid me like $25 a game, and it was the funnest time I had. The worst job, I was like a marketing guy for like a extra AM 1150 extra there in Los Angeles, and although it sounds fun, we used to ride around like a Hummer and throw T-shirts at people on the beach and all that stuff, and it sounds like a blast, but it was pretty boring.
Oh, wait, you're part of the street team for Extra Sports where you're going to the beach to hand out T-shirts, huh?
I was at one point in my life. Yeah, absolutely.
Did you also cut highlights for Fox's NFL show?
I did. Yeah, I was every Sunday during the season. It was cool. Division III football, playing Division III allowed me a lot more freedom during the season. So on Sundays, I would drive down to wherever, I can't remember where the studios are, but down there off the 101, and go in and I got to shake hands with Howie and JB and those guys, and sit there and get paid to watch NFL games and cut highlights.
Wait, how old were you? Were you like 20, 21?
Yeah, probably 21 maybe. Yeah, something like that. It was a union job too, so how about this, DP? So every now and again you'd show up, and if they only had one game for you to watch, you watched your 4 hours worth of that game, but they paid you for 8. I thought that was the coolest thing, man. I started really enjoying the whole union thing there for a while.
Did you ever get yelled at for your highlights?
Not that I can remember. That was a long time ago, but I get yelled at for everything.
If you didn't go into coaching, were you thinking of having some kind of job in sports broadcasting?
Yeah. I really thought that's what I wanted to do, and I thought that would keep me close to the game, and no offense to sports broadcasters, but it just didn't. All of my interactions with it, I had a couple radio shows and stuff like that. It just didn't. It wasn't like being in the locker room, and I said, you know what, I'm going to try this coaching thing while I'm young, and know that I'm not going to make any money, and if I'm 29, 30, and I don't like it or things aren't working out, maybe I'll switch paths at that point. But the sports broadcasting thing just wasn't quite close enough, not quite as relational as I wanted it to be.
He's Tom Herman, the Houston head coach, brought to you by Continental Tire Coach's Corner. What was your dream job when you got into this business as far as coaching?
Oh man, I set a goal. I don't know that I ever had a dream job. Shoot, at the time, my wife's from a small town outside of Fresno called Fireball, California. I'd probably say Fresno State might have been my dream job back then, just to so she wouldn't have to live the nomad life that us coaches lead. But I set a goal that I wanted to be either a 1AA coordinator or a Division 1A position coach by the time I was 30. And if I didn't achieve that goal, then I was going to get out of coaching and probably move back to California and go try to support my family some way else. So I think that was just kind of, I set really short-term goals and didn't really worry about dream jobs at that time.
Why do we assume you will take another job soon with your success at Houston?
That's a good question. I don't know. I think because the public likes to assume things. The public. I mean, there's a reason you have a job, right, Dan? I mean, it's because people like to form opinions about things that they can't control, and they think that they have some kind of knowledge about another human being's mindset or frame of mind, and so I get it. It's human nature. If humans weren't wired that way, then you wouldn't have a job, and we wouldn't have fans, and the world would be a much different place. But I don't know. I never waste my time, or try not to, at least, formulating opinions about things that I can't control.
Well, you do have some control in it, but also some guys are wired differently. There's always the guy who feels like he can fix something, and it's 3 years here and then 3 years there and then 3 years there. Even in my business, where you say, oh, I got to keep moving, where in your business, Kirk Ferentz decides that Iowa is going to be his home, and that's where he's going to have his coaching career, and he's fine with that, whereas other coaches feel like they have to keep moving. What's your personality like? Are you a fixer, keep moving forward like a shark, or can you be stationary?
Oh, I think I could be stationary. The moving part, especially with, I'm 41, but we have a 3-year-old at the house. I got a 12-year-old daughter that's starting or in the middle of middle school, 9-year-old son. I think, moving as many times. I think at one point we moved like 6 times in 10 years.
Oh man!
So I think stationary always sounds better from a family point. But again, you want to win championships, Dan, in this business, and we all got into this business hopefully for 2 reasons. One was to change and affect young men's lives in a positive way, and then 2, to win and compete. And I think you have to make sure, if you're going to stay somewhere, though, that you're given the resources and opportunity to win championships.
Can you win a championship, a national title at Houston?
Oh, I think this year certainly. Yeah, I think we've got as good a team as anybody in the country for 3 hours on a Saturday.
Is it tough to schedule teams? And now that Houston's on the map here, that it used to be they had no problem probably, but are you finding that maybe the bigger schools are saying, I don't know if we want a home and home here with you?
Honestly, I don't know, because I'm they don't bring the scheduling stuff to me until it's a thumbs up, thumbs down, seal of approval. You good with this? You not good with this? So. I don't know how difficult it is to get to that point.
What happens if I'm late to one of your meetings?
Oh, that's a bad deal. You're probably going to get publicly admonished in front of your peers, and told what a bad teammate you are for doing that, and then severely punished in terms of some kind of really not fun and grueling type of calisthenics at a very early hour in the morning.
What's the best excuse you ever had when one of your players was late for a meeting?
Oh man, best excuse. There's been a bunch of them. My the one that always gets me is, my phone was on silent and my ringer was low. It's like, man, when I go to bed at night, I know we're all. It's like I set like 17 alarms on my phone. My wife sets her alarm. I mean, that's every night, and I'm so paranoid, and I don't know how these kids can't be the same way. But
they're kids.
We're teaching them. I know.
They're kids, man. We all did this. You were probably like that when you were 18.
I did. I remember. I actually overslept the first team meeting we had for a brand new head coach.
Oh, boy.
We switched coaches at Cal Lutheran from Joe Harper to Scott Squires my junior year, and I overslept. I did the whole PM instead of AM on the alarm deal.
How about you against Ohio State? How would you like that kind of scenario here? You and Urban?
No, because I know how good they are.
Yeah, but you might have to here, Coach.
Well, I know, and we'll be prepared and ready. We played some pretty good football teams in our short time here too, and have come out the other side pretty good. But it'd always be fun, to play a mentor. I used to love when I had an opportunity when I was at Iowa State to play against Texas and Mac Brown and those guys that had kind of brought me up in this business. So anytime you have an opportunity to play against a mentor, I think is good.
Final question. It's a serious one. Could Urban Meyer take Jim Harbaugh if he had to?
Oh man, this quote is gonna be all over the internet. Yes, absolutely he could, and that's where all of my money would be, and I think he would be a Vegas favorite.
Good luck against Navy. Thank you, Tom. We appreciate it, and good luck whatever the future holds there for you.
All right, Dan, enjoy your show. Thanks for having me. Go Cougs.
All right, that's Tom Herman, head coach, Houston Cougars. Go Cougs. Brought to you by Continental Tire Coach's Corner. For any surface, any season, there's Continental Tire that delivers superior performance, unparalleled safety. Give your vehicle an upgrade with Continental's maximum performance tires. For more info on that tire, you can go to ContinentalTire.com. From Speedway to Driveway, Continental puts you in the driver's seat.
The Dan Patrick Show, weekday mornings on Audience.